Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanachalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So, uh, we have been reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, and chapter 6 we have started. So, just share the screen and get started. Okay. So, we have read till text 3 so far. Just to recap, we were discussing about Kamsa conquering all the demons whom he will be dispatching now to Vrindavan. So the very first demon he sends to Vrindavan is Putana. So this is what the chapter is, killing of Putana. Krishna kills Putana. So Kamsa has sent Putana to Vrindavan to kill Krishna. And knowing the heart of Parishit Maharaj, Shukdev Goswami speaks this verse 3, which says, Nayatra Shravanadi Laksho Gnani Swakarmasu Kurvanti Satpatam Tu Yatu Dhanyascha Tatrahi. So he spoke this words to assure Parishit Maharaj that, my dear king, wherever people in any position perform their occupational duties of devotional service by chanting and hearing Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, there cannot be any danger from bad elements. Therefore, there was no need for anxiety about Gokul, while the Supreme Personality of Godhead was personally present. So, now the question may arise, why Kamsa had already conquered so many demons? Aghasur, Bakasur, Arishtasur, Vyomasur, Keshi, so many demons he had. Why he decided to send Putana, the very first demon? So, Kamsa was thinking that I am the most powerful warrior. He was known as a very powerful warrior all over the world. So he was thinking that this child is born as my enemy. And Kamsa was the most sinful person. He was not only powerful, but he was also a very sinful person. So Kamsa is thinking this child has to be, if he's born as my opponent, then he has to be Naputa. Pu is one of the hellish planets. And Ta refers to Trayate. So therefore, a son is called Puta or Putra. So Puta, that's all saying, right? Put Kuput Kyun Dhan Samche. Put Saput Kyun Dhan Samche. Why you are eager to accumulate wealth? Because Puta Suput, if your son is a good son, he will earn his wealth. He'll maintain himself. He'll find the ways and means to maintain himself. So why you should accumulate wealth and leave for him? And Put Kuput Kyun Dhan Samche. If a son is bad son, then he's going to misuse the money. So why you want to leave the money for such a bad son? So Puta is generally a son who is capable of delivering his father and his ancestors from the hellish condition of life. Therefore, it's called Puta. So when you put a in front of it, Aputa means an inauspicious son, a bad son. Okay, so bad son is a person who cannot deliver his father or his ancestors from the hellish condition of life. On the contrary, he himself is preparing to go to hell. So that is called Aputa. When you put Na in front of it, it negates to the superior degree. That means the most auspicious person who can not only deliver, his father and ancestor, but deliver everyone. So, na aputa. That is na puta. So, Kamsa was thinking that Krishna has to be na puta, supremely auspicious, because he is born as my opponent. So, na puta has to be killed by somebody who's even opposing this na puta in the name. So, na puta, puta na. Thinking like this, Kamsa, he actually sent Putana to kill Krishna. Therefore he sent, very first demon was Putana, he sent to kill Krishna. And also in this third verse that we discussed last time, when Parikshit Maharaj is being assured that there was, no need for anxiety about the Gokul while the Supreme Personality of God was present. So this word Gokul actually means, of course, Gokul village where Krishna was performing his leelas with his Brajavasi devotees. But Go also means senses. And Gokula refers to also the samuha or the collection of the senses. Like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mana Shashtani Indriyani. So mind and senses together, they are called also as Gokula, the collection of all the senses, the six senses. So that also can be referred as Gokula. So Shukadeva Goswami is actually giving a beautiful instruction in this verse, saying that any person who has this Gokula, the collection of the senses, we all have senses, right? And mind. So anyone who has this collection of senses, Gokula, if that person is engaged in hearing and chanting Krishna's glories, then Krishna, in the form of holy name, is capable of killing all the asuras. Raksho Gadhani. The Raksha, killing all the Ghanani. Ghanani means to kill, and Raksha means to the bad elements. So all the demons which reside in our consciousness, in our senses as well, they are actually annihilated by Krishna's holy name. Oh, actually, chanting of the holy name is the most auspicious way of controlling one's mind and senses. So this particular verse, Shukadeva Goswami is actually highlighting the significance of chanting the holy names. If we want to control our senses and mind, then we must chant sincerely and attentively Krishna's holy name. So text 4, Parikshit Maharaj, Shukadeva Goswami continues speaking. Sakhechari ekado pratyam Putana nanda gokulam yoshitva mayatmanam pravishta kamacharini. So, once upon a time, Putana Rakshasi, who could move according to her desire and was wandering in outer space, converted herself by mystic power into a very beautiful woman and thus entered Gokul, the abode of Nanda Maharaj. So, Putana is entering into the Gokul now. Here, the word chara is used twice. It says, sa khechari, chara, and kamacharini. They're same word, chara is used. So, chara means to roam or to, go around. So, sa khechari, who could roam in the kha. Kha is used in the sense of kham. Like Krishna says, kham mano buddhir evacha. The kham is referring to sky. So one who can roam in the sky is called khachara. So she is khechari. Khechari means who can travel in the outer space. So once upon a time, that khechari, Putana, her name is Putana, Nanda Gokula, she came to Gokul. Now, this word is very significant. But Shukdev Goswami is using each and every word very, significantly. So, Putana is Khechari and she's Kamacharini. Kamacharini means one who could move according to her own desire. Kama means desires and Charini means who can roam. So, who can roam at their own will wherever they want to. So, she was Kamacharini also. Not everyone can be Kamacharini because moving as per our own will. Suppose, I want to go inside the bank at middle of the night. I cannot go. There is lock and key system. There is electronic monitoring system. I cannot go. But Kamacharani means she can go wherever she wants, at whatever time she wants. And Yoshita Mayatmana. She took the form of a Yoshitva, covering as a beautiful woman. Maya, by her mystic powers. So she converted herself into a beautiful woman by her mystic powers. And she entered into Gokula. Now, Gokul and Kamacharni, they're actually very significant words here. So, because Putana is Khechari, Khechari, Kha also refers to actually the senses. Kha also means the sky and Kha also means senses. So, Khachari, so means a person who is entertaining the senses also can be said as Khechari. This is as per the dictionary meaning that Kha can also refer to, Sanskrit dictionary also refers that Kha can also refers to senses. So Putana is thinking, I am Khechari. I always delight my senses. So if I'm entering into Gokula, which is actually the collection of the senses, what harm can come upon me? So thinking like this, she entered into Gokula. So she didn't think that I have any danger in the Gokula. So, and also because Gokula, that time, Nanda Maharaj was already gone from Gokula. He was gone to pay taxes. So naturally, he collected a lot of wealth with him, to pay the taxes. And in order to protect the wealth on the way, he also took some of the very capable men with him. So Putana thought, since capable men are gone from Gokul, so Gokul is only left with abalas, the people who are helpless. Abalas generally refer to women. So children and women and some incapable men, who cannot really do any harm. So this Gokul is actually harmless. I can enter in Gokul without any fear. But she forgot that Gokula was inhabited by Krishna and Balaram. So it was not a place of abalas, but Achyuta Bala. Achyuta and Bala both were actually present there. This Putana did not realize, which she's going to realize soon. Now text 5 and 6. Tam Keshabandha Vyatishtak Malikam Brihanmitambasthana Krichara Madhyamam Swasasam Kalpita Karna Bhushanam Tushol Satkuntala Manditam Nanam Valgusmitapanga Visarga Vikshitair Manoharanti Vanitam Prajokasam Amapsatam Bhojakarena Rupinim Gopya Shriyam Drishtum Ivagatam Patim. This is describing the beautiful form that she took and the effect of that. Her hips were full, her breasts were large and firm, seeming to overburden her slim waist, and she was dressed very nicely. Her hair, adorned with garland of malika flowers, was scattered about her beautiful face. Her earrings were brilliant, and she smiled very attractively. glancing upon everyone. Her beauty drew the attention of all the inhabitants of Vraja, especially the men. When the gopis saw her, they thought that the beautiful goddess of fortune, holding a lotus flower in her hand, had come to see her husband, Krishna. So, this is how the beauty or the appearance can be misleading. Putana, actually, she took a very beautiful form of a woman. And especially, she was adorned with golden ornaments. So, we should know that when the combination of gold and woman happens, that is actually capable of bewildering Gokula. Here it says, especially all the Brajavasis, all the inhabitants of Gokula, they were, attracted, or you can say bewildered by the beauty of Putana, who was actually not at all beautiful. She was actually an ugly and hideous woman. But all the inhabitants of Vraja, they were actually mesmerized by her beauty. And it was almost like Krishna's illusory energy. Of course, Krishna's devotees, even the men in Brajbhumi, they cannot be bewildered by Krishna's illusory potency. The illusory potency is to bewilder only the conditioned souls. So, Putana entering into Raja is actually being bewildered by Krishna's illusory energy. But now Krishna's Leela Shakti is bewildering the men and all the inhabitants of Rajbhumi. It was like, the Krishna's Leela Shakti was inviting Putana to come in to get killed, so that Krishna can perform the Leela of killing Putana. So Krishna's Leela Shakti is inviting Putana, who foolishly thinking that Gokul is actually harmless. And she's thinking, I can bewilder actually the people of Braja. So she thinking that when a woman and gold combines, it is capable of bewildering the senses of men. Gokula can be bewildered. The senses of people are bewildered, especially men. Their senses are bewildered when they see a woman, especially decorated with beautiful ornaments. So thinking like this, Putana, she put beautiful ornaments on her body, decorated her hair with flower garlands, and her hair were actually coming on her face. You can just imagine uh, the modern demoniac people. They know this factor, that how the men can be, or especially people in general, can be bewildered by the so-called beauty. Whenever you see sometimes in the dramas or movies, they actually have the woman little bit hair coming on her face. It creates some little attractive features. So that's how Putana was. She knew all the tactics. She was having her hair a little bit coming on her face, and her hair were actually decorated with flowers and malika flowers, very, very fragrant flowers. But the Brajavasis thought that goddess Rama, the goddess Lakshmi, has come to see her pati, her husband. So pati could refer to, of course, Krishna. Krishna is the husband of goddess of fortune. But they also thought, Brajavasis also thought that Nanda Maharaj, he worships Lord Narayan. So she has probably come to see the beautiful form of Lord Narayan being worshipped in the house of Nanda Maharaj. And of course, Srila Bhakti Thakur has commented on this particular instance, where Brajvasis are actually being bewildered. He actually mentions that this is how the false gurus in Kali Yuga, they can actually kill Krishna consciousness in the innocent people. So he compares, the Brajvasis, you can say, to be like sadhakas. Sadhaka, when he goes hearing Hearing is actually the process by which we get purified and get attracted to Krishna. So similarly, when sadhaka is hearing, but if he's not careful hearing from a right source, sometimes the demoniac people come in the form of a guru, especially the Mayavadis, the impersonalists, or sometimes even the Sahajiyas. They appear to be loving Krishna so much. Like Putana, she was appearing to be very affectionate, as we'll see in the forthcoming verses. So she's appearing to be very affectionate, but she is inimical towards Krishna. She wants to kill Krishna. But Brajavasi is being bewildered by thinking her to be actually having genuine love for Krishna, handed over Krishna to her. So Bhakti Thakur says, our ears are like Krishna. We should not hand over our ears to anyone and everyone. Because if you hand over your ears to a demoniac, so-called person who's guru, coming in the form of a guru, his intention is to poison your, ears with poisonous philosophy, which can kill our creeper of Krishna consciousness. Rupa Goswami also warns us, Avaishnavo Mukho Gira, Utam Hari Kathamtam, Shrotavya Naiva Kartam, Sarpo Chishta Payagata. One should not hear Hari Katha from a Vaishnava, because that is like drinking the milk touched by the lips of a serpent. Hari Katha is naturally nourishing, but if we hear from a Vaishnava, from a non-devotee demon, that can actually destroy one's devotional creeper. One should be very, very careful whom we hear from. So this Putana represents a false guru. Text 7. Balagrahastatra vichinvati shishun yadrichaya grihe sat antakam balam pratichanna nijorja tejasam dadarsha talpe agnim ivahitam basi. This is a very beautiful verse. Shukdev Goswami is speaking to enliven Parishit Maharaj, giving insight on what is going to transpire in this entire Leela. So, Balagrahas is the Putana who is actually accustomed to, whose only business is to kill children. Graha in the sense of Grahan, right? We say Grahan means when the sun eclipses the sun is eclipsed by the Rahu. That's called Grahan. Practically swallowed or killed. So Bala Graha means one who eclipses or kills the children. So Vichintvati, she was thinking, and or searching for Shishun. She was looking for the children to kill. And Yadricha, very independently, nobody can actually stop her. She entered Nanda Grihe, in the house of Nanda Maharaj. And when she entered the house of Nanda Maharaj, she saw. What did she see? She see Sad Antakam Balam, but Pratichinna Nijorja Tejasa. She saw a Balam, a child who is Asad Antakam. Asad is inauspicious or demoniac. They are called Asad. And Antakam, who is destroyer of Asad. So Asat Antakam is the one who destroys all the demons, but Pratichinna Nija Oru Tejasam. He was covering his unlimited powers. Tejasam. His Teja was Pratichinna. He was covering and lying there, Talpe. He was just lying in that bed, just like Agnim Ivahitam Bhasi. Agni, just like the fire, sometimes is covered by the ashes. Under the ashes, the fire is burning. Somebody thinks, oh, they're only ashes, puts the foot on that. Immediately will get burned. So Shukdev Goswami is giving insight. But he's not just Shukdev Goswami not satisfied just giving this one analogy. he speaks another words, to enliven and give pleasure to Parishad Maharaj. He says, Vibudhyatam balakamarika griham characharatma sanime nivilte kshana anantamaropya ankam antakam yathorgam suktam abudhi rajudhi. So, Shukdev Goswami says here, Lord Shri Krishna, the all-pervading super soul, laying on the bed, understood that Putana, a witch who was expert in killing small children, had come to kill him. Therefore, as if afraid of her, Krishna closed his eyes. Thus Putana took upon her lap him who was to be her own annihilation. Just as an unintelligent person places a sleeping snake on his lap, thinking snake to be a rope. Such a beautiful words. Shukdev Goswami says, Vibudhya, she's thinking, Putana is thinking, what she's, and her nature is Balaka Marika. Her only business is to kill children. Again, Shukdev Goswami is actually repeating the same designation of Putana. Bala Grahana, Bala Marika, so it's using the same word here. So, Chara Achara Atma, the super soul of all the living beings, when he saw her, he Nimalita Ikshana, he closed his eyes. Now, this closing of eyes, Srila Prabhupada actually explains in Krishna book, and Vaishnava Acharya has also given a lot of beautiful explanation that why Krishna closed his eyes. Krishna closed his eyes because, first of all, Putana, she could see that this child is actually Chara Achara Atma, and he's Ananta, he is unlimited, and he's Antakam, he's actually he's capable of killing me as well. Putana could detect all of this just looking at the child's eyes. And Krishna did not want it to, because when Krishna is looking in somebody's eyes, or somebody is looking into eyes of Krishna, how can there be ignorance? Krishna wanted to keep Putana temporarily in ignorance, so that she tried to fulfill her mission for what she has come, to kill Krishna, Bala Marika. So therefore, Krishna, imitating like an ordinary child, he closed his eyes. So Putana could detect that he is Antaka, he is actually capable of killing me. Therefore, she should not feel afraid of Krishna. Krishna closed his eyes. Krishna incarnates in this world to kill all the demonic beings. And the very first demon he's about to kill is a woman. So, in order to, he couldn't help that I'm going to kill a woman, I don't want to see this. So Krishna didn't want it to make this inauspicious act. Of course, Krishna's actions are never inauspicious, but killing a woman in general is considered inauspicious. Okay. So Krishna didn't want it to make that inauspicious activity of killing a Bala Marika to be auspicious. A violence is never auspicious. So Krishna, in order to show that violence is not auspicious, he closed his eyes. Of course, violence is very auspicious when it is done by the Supreme Lord, or it is done under the order of the Supreme Lord. So that kind of violence is all. But Krishna closed his eyes, just to communicate that violence is not auspicious, and he's going to do violence against a woman. And Krishna also wanted to, because he's going to kill a mother, Putana had come with a superficially or duplicitous mother attitude. And he has to kill a mother. So therefore, killing a mother also, Krishna doesn't want to see that. Therefore, helplessly, he closed his eyes. And there are many reasons Vaishnava Acharya give that why Krishna closed his eyes. So Krishna closed his eyes, and Putana picked him. You know, Aropya Ankam. She took child in her, Ankam, in her lap. You know, and Shukdev Goswami, in the last line, again gives the assurance to Parikshit Maharaj what's going to transpire through this entire Leela. Yathorgam suptam abudhi rajudhi. Just as Urgam, a snake, suptam, a snake is sleeping. So, when you see snake is never still. But when a snake is sleeping, he'll be lying, like a dead snake or like a rope. Urgam suptam abuddhi rajudi. Abuddhi means a less intelligent person, a foolish person. He thinks, oh, this is just a rope, rajudhi. He thinks this is just a rope and picks up like a rope. So Putana thinking, oh, just like an ordinary child, she picks him and puts him on her lap, not knowing that this is the most venomous snake which is going to kill me. Of course, Krishna's comparison with the snake is very delightful here because he's going to kill the most vicious and Balamarika, demoness, a witch. Therefore, this comparison of Krishna with a snake who is going to kill Putana is very beautiful. So I think we'll stop here. We'll continue next week further. If anyone has any questions, please feel free.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you so much for your time for us, Prabhu. Very nice explanations always. So Prabhu, I have a small query. Like, how do actually these demons get such kind of mystic powers, Prabhu? Because they are so demoniac, right? Putana also has so many powers, so that she can take any form she wants and all these things. These kind of powers, how do you even are given to the demons, Prabhuji? How do you even they acquire those kinds of powers?
Well, having powers is not the necessary qualification for good people only. In fact, such mystic powers mostly are exhibited by demons. Because devotees or the people who are divine in nature, they don't like to, even if they have the power, they don't like to exhibit it. Parikshit Maharaj had complete power to nullify the curse of Shringi, but he did not exhibit that power. He acted like a ordinary king who is accustomed to or who is subjected to the curse of a Brahmin. Even the curse of very exalted Brahmana like Vashishta can nullify if that curse is spoken for a Vaishnava. We have the example in Srimad Bhagavatam as well. So Vaishnavas or the devotees, they do have power, but they don't exhibit that power. But generally, the demons are the ones who try to make the exhibition of their power and use that power for sense gratification or to harm others. So even we hear from Srimad Bhagavatam, the Amrish Maharaj, he had all the powers to negate or even kill the demon created by Durvasa Muni. But he simply stood with the folded hands. He did not exhibit any power. And simply with folded hands standing there, he exhibited unparalleled powers. That not only demon was destroyed, but even Durvasa Muni was put into great trouble or anxiety. Simply standing with folded hands. So this is how generally the devotees or Vaishnavas, they don't exhibit the power. One time, Vishnu Thakur, he was in a village early morning, brushing his teeth with the neem twig. So some villagers, they came, Babaji, there is one yogi who is flying in the sky with on a uprooted branch. So this is Khechari, right? We're discussing Khechari. But Khechari means generally it's an art. It's a you can say siddhi. Generally yogis have, by which they can take any stick and put their foot on the stick and they can fly in the sky, standing on that stick. It's something like, you'll see in the modern time they use in the movies, especially. But I never saw the movie, but I saw some posters and all, where who is that? Harry Potter's movie. He's flying on a broom. So the Kecharis or the yogis, they can do that. So these people give the Babaji, yogi is flying in the sky on the stick. And Vishwanath Thakur says, it's not important, just go. He said, no, Babaji, you didn't realize he's actually flying in the sky. And Vishwanath Thakur said, it's not so important, it's not a big deal. Just go with your duties. But they were so mesmerized. They say, no, Babaji, you must come and see how he's flying in the sky on a branch. He has taken only a broken branch of a tree and he's flying on it. So Vishwanath Thakur, he was doing this datun with neem twig. He threw it on the ground, put his foot on that, went flying in the sky, took a couple of rounds in the sky, came down, picked up the twig. He told the villagers, I told you, it's not really such a big deal. It's an ordinary thing. And he started brushing his teeth again. So all the villagers, they were astonished. Oh, we have Babaji living among us who can also do such a thing. So the point is, devotees generally don't exhibit mystic siddhis. They have powers, but they don't exhibit. They may exhibit it when Krishna wants. But in general, they don't exhibit. But demons are generally accustomed to exhibit that power. Therefore, you'll see, mostly in the scriptures, the demons are the ones who try to exercise and exhibit their power.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Wonderful. Hare Krishna. Very nice.
And anyone can acquire the powers, whether devotee or demon, simply by following some process of Ashtanga Yoga. It just takes generally 12 years, according to scriptures, to perform the sadhana to get those siddhis. You'll find nowadays also quite a few people in the Western world who do have these siddhis, and they act as magicians. So sometimes you will be surprised somebody's flying in the sky. You can actually see a person is flying in the sky or can do so many wonderful things. They probably went to the forest and performed siddhi for the sadhana for 12 years. And now they have those siddhis. Unless intelligent people get attracted, oh, wow, this person is so great. But anyone can acquire those powers.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much for clarifying this, Prabhu. Yeah, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
I think we will stop here. Thank you very much, devotee.